Hi everyone, welcome to video lectures on data mining and data warehousing, Module 5, Clustering Analysis. In this video, we are going to discuss bisecting k-means. In the previous videos, we have discussed about k-means algorithm, types of cluster and clustering types. So now we'll see that bisecting k-means. The bisecting k-means algorithm is a straightforward extension of the basic k-means that is based on a simple idea. To obtain kth clusters, split the set of all the points in two clusters, select one of the cluster to split, and so on should continue until kth cluster have been produced. So this is the algorithm steps. So what it says that bisecting k-means algorithm. The algorithm step 1, first we should initialize the list of clusters to contain the cluster consisting of all the points. So this is the first steps in algorithm. What we need to initialize the cluster, so it's consisting all the points. So the given data set or cluster. So next repeat until under this remove a cluster from the list of clusters. So we are making the cluster point. First we need to remove a cluster from the list of clusters. So here in the bracket we have to perform several trial. There we are going to apply bisections of the what we have selected or chosen cluster. Then we are going to take the loop here, fifth step. For I equal to 1 to the number of trials, whatever the trials we are doing. So taking from start I equal to 1 to number of trials do. So bisect the selected cluster using basic k-means, and we need to end for this, and loop will be ending it. Select the two clusters from the bisection with the lowest total of sum of squared error. We had just discussed in the previous video, sum of squared error. And the next step is add these two clusters. So based upon this criterion, sum of squared error, so add these two clusters to the list of clusters. So until the list of clusters which contains kth cluster. So this is the 10th steps of bisecting k-means algorithm. So here, in addition to that, there are number of different ways to choose the cluster to split here. So we can choose the largest cluster at each step. Choose the one with largest SSE is sum of squared error, or use a criterion based the size and SSE. Both should be considered. Different choices in the result are different clusters. So refine the resulting cluster always by using their centroid as an initial centroid for the basic k-means algorithm. This is necessary because although the k-means algorithm is guaranteed to find a clustering that represents a local minimum with respect to the sum of squared error, in a bisecting means we are using the k-means algorithm locally or bisect individual clusters. So therefore, the final set of clusters does not represent a cluster that is a local minimum with respect to the total sum of squared error. So an example here, bisecting k-means and initialization, which will illustrate that bisecting k-means is less susceptible to initialization problems. So we could take it in the next coming figure. So we are going to take that point. So in this figure, bisecting k-means on a four cluster example, iteration 1, 2, 3, that we have taken different examples here. So in this figure, first figure A, in iteration 1, two pair of clusters are found. In iteration 2, the right most of clusters is split. Rightmost of the clusters here is going to split here. And the iteration third, leftmost of the clusters is split. In the iteration 3, leftmost we are going to split. Okay, here the symbol is there, and here also symbol is rightmost we are going to split. In the iteration 3, we have splitted leftmost. So the total here, bisecting the k-means has less trouble with initialization because it performs several trial bisections and takes the one with lowest sum of squared error, and because there are only two centroid at each step. So finally, by recording the sequence of clustering produced as a k-means by clusters. So we can also use bisecting k-means to produce the hierarchical clustering. So now after the k-means clustering algorithm, so now we are going to discuss. So another type of the clustering is agglomerative hierarchical clustering. So we know that hierarchical clustering techniques are the second important category of clustering methods. So as with k-means, so these approaches are relatively old compared to many clustering algorithms, but they still uh, which enjoy the widespread of the users. They are actually basically two approaches for generating hierarchical clustering. The first one is agglomerative. So this hierarchical clustering says that start with the points as individual clusters, and at each step, so merge the closest pair of the clusters. So this requires defining a notion of a cluster proximity. The second approach says that divisive agglomerative hierarchical clustering. So this is start with one all inclusive clusters, and at each step split a cluster until only a single cluster of individual point remain. So in this case, so we need to decide so which cluster to split at each step and how to do the splitting. Actually, the agglomerative hierarchical clustering technique are by far the most common, and in this section we will focus exclusively on these methods and a divisive hierarchical clustering technique after this. A hierarchical clustering is often displayed graphically using a tree diagram, like we can call it as a dendrogram diagram. So which displays the both cluster subcluster relationship and order in which the clusters were merged, that is agglomerative view or split divisive view. So this we can see that dendrogram of the clusters we have represented P1, P2, P3, P4 point, and nested clusters we have taken the circle oval shape here where this is the P1 and P2, P3 are nearest merged clusters and the next followed by P4. So like that, for set of two-dimensional points such as those that we will use in examples, a hierarchical clustering can also be graphically represented using a nested cluster diagram that we have seen in this diagram. So here, these are the two types of figures set of four-dimensional point P1, P2, P3, P4. So these points were clustered using the single link technique we are going to discuss next. So first we are going to just discuss what is the steps of the basic agglomerative hierarchical clustering algorithm. So many agglomerative hierarchical clustering techniques are the variations on a single approach, starting with individual points as clusters, successively merge the two closest clusters until only one cluster remains. So this is the approach. So we are express more in the algorithmic steps in next slide. This is called as the basic agglomerative hierarchical clustering algorithm. The step one, there are 5 steps algorithm. First step says that compute the proximity matrix if necessary. We are going to next discuss so the proximity between the cluster mean, max, and group average will be calculated. That is the proximity of the cluster. Or compute the proximity matrix if necessary. Repeat until the step 3 here. Merge the closest of the cluster based upon the mean, distance, max, and group average depending upon the type of the input clusters, number of dimensions and number of clusters available, and the place of the clusters. So there depends upon that we are going to merge the closest two clusters. So next step says that update the proximity matrix to reflect the proximity between the new cluster and the original cluster, that we are going to update it because the once we found out that proximity distance like mean or max or group which is the best, we are going to select that one. So based upon that we are going to proximity that reflect the max proximity between the new clusters and the original cluster until only one cluster remains. Finally, the out of all the input cluster, which are one should be remain. So up to that, we are going to calculate the all the clusters. So now let us discuss after this basic agglomerative hierarchical step by step algorithm. So we are going to just defining proximity between the cluster. So as we have considered the key point of our algorithm computation of the proximity between the two clusters, and it's actually the definition of cluster proximity that differentiate various agglomerative hierarchical techniques. So cluster proximity is typically defined with a particular type of clusters For example, many agglomerative hierarchical clustering techniques such as min, that is single link, max, a complete link, and group average link between all the points, which are come from a graph-based V of clusters. So here min or single link, so which defines a cluster proximity as the proximity between the closest 2 points that are in different clusters using a graph which terms that a shortest edge between the two nodes in a different subset of nodes. So here this yields continuity based cluster in the figure C. Alternatively, the max takes the proximity between the farthest 2 points in the different clusters to be the cluster proximity, or using the graph terms, longest edge between the two nodes in a different subset of nodes. So if our proximities are distances, then their name is min and max are short and suggestive. For similarities, however, the higher values indicate closer point, the name is reverse. For that reason, we usually prefer to use the alternative name like single link, complete link respectively. So another is a graph-based approach. The group average technique defines a cluster proximity to be the average pairwise proximities of all the pair of points from the different clusters. So in the diagram 1, we have taken the shortest edge path, and diagram D, B max completing the farthest 2 points, and the group average of each the 2 points of the uh, different node will be taken. So we take a prototype based view in such cases. So each cluster which are represented by a centroid. So different definitions of the proximity are more in the natural. So when using centroids, the cluster proximity is commonly defined as the proximity between the cluster centroids, which are we are having an alternative technique, that is a Ward's method. So which also assumes that a cluster is represented by a centroid, but it measures the proximity between two clusters in terms of the increases in the sum of squared error. So that result from the merging of the two clusters, like k-means, Ward's method attempt to minimize the sum of the squared distances of point from their cluster centroid. So another thing here, just we are going to say the time and space complexity. The basic agglomerative hierarchical clustering algorithm just presented uh, uses a proximity matrices which require the storage space of half m square proximities, assuming the proximity matrix is asymmetric, where m is the number of data point like p1, p2, p3, p4, whatever it is. The space need to keep track of the cluster is proportional to the number of cluster, so which is m minus 1, so excluding singleton clusters, hence the total space complexity is O of m square. So actually the analysis of the basic agglomerative hierarchical clustering algorithm is so straightforward with respect to computational complexity O of m square. So other than that, we are going to discuss next the specific technique. So now we are going to explain the specific technique about sampling sample data, single link or minimum, max link or maximum, and group average, complete link. So this is the case to illustrate the behavior of various hierarchical clustering algorithms. We shall use the sample data that consists of 6-dimensional points, which we are going to the next slide, which are shown in the above next slide, x and y here, coordinate of the point and the Euclidean distance between the point also we have calculated in the respective table. So this is the table. Okay. So now we have taken x and y coordinate. Assume that this x coordinate and y coordinate point we have taken. So is the point 1 number we have given. Point 1, point 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 two-dimensional point we have taken. So that is x and y. So there x and y coordinate values of point values we have taken here. So here with the percentage wise we have taken the point P1 in x coordinate almost that is the x coordinate P1 point is, assume that this is the P1, we have taken point 43, this is almost point 53. P2 is the now the point 2. P2 is x coordinate we have taken 22 here, almost here, second point we have taken. This is the point 22 and the respective is 38. So then P3 is almost 35. This is the P3. We have taken 35 and point 32 is the y coordinate values. Similarly, another is P4 is 26, almost here. We have taken 26 almost. This is the 26. That is the P4 values. That respective coordinate value is the, this is the 90. Similarly, P5 and P5 and P6 values 0.80 here it is there, and another one is 0.45. Okay, so almost this is the 0.45 and 0.30. So this Euclidean distance calculation of that, we know that is the formula of square root of, so root of summation k is equal to 1 to n and xk minus yk whole square. Apply this formula, we will get all the diagonal element is 0, because when calculating the same point it will be always 0. So then p1 to p2, that we are getting this value, p1 to p3 this, p1 to p4 this, p1 to p5 this, p1 to p6 this. So similarly, after that, so this P1 to P2, these values, P again P1 to P2, again that 0.22. Same here, whatever 0.37, 0.34. So lower triangular matrix is equal to the upper triangular. So next we are just going to discuss the single or minimum, single link or minimum. Okay. So let me about to discuss about this. For the single link or minimum, the version of hierarchical clustering, the proximity of two cluster is defined as the minimum of the distance. So maximum of the similarity between any 2 points in the two different clusters. So using graph terminology, if you start with all the point as a singleton clusters and links between the point one at a time, the shortest links is the first, which we consider it. So then these single links combine the points to into the clusters. The single link technique is good at handling a non-elliptical shape but is sensitive to noise and outlier. So we will take an example that we will have in the next coming slide. So we are taking the example of the next year. One example we have taken. This is the 8.16 single link clustering of the 6 point as shown in the figure earlier, figure 8.1. So single link technique of our example data set of there are 6 point we have mentioned here. This is the dendrogram of that diagram. So the 6 point we have taken here, point 1 is there, 2, 3, point 4, point 5, point 6 before drawing that. So figure here the 16.1a, which shows that nested cluster as a sequence of nested ellipse. So nested clusters we have drawn a nested ellipse also. So we associate with the ellipse indicate that the order of the clustering. Figure the figure this B shows that the same information, but as a same information which is showing as a dendrogram represented. Actually, the height at which two clusters are merged into the dendrogram, which reflects distance of the two clusters. For instance, actually the table 8.4 we have calculated all the including distance between point 3 and 6, whatever the we have calculated values. So 0.11. So that is the height which they are joined in the cluster. So here in this diagram, the point first cluster we made is the similarity distance between 3 and 6 here. So which are near to that we are making ellipse or ellipse shape, that is the one cluster. So these two are near another, we are making another cluster. So then just we are making this whole is another, the point 4 is here. So another one, 0.5 is the one again 5, then the last one is a 6. So like that, so we are going to make the ellipse of the circle shape. So in that point we have taken 3 and 6. Okay, 3 and 6 in the distance vector P3 to P6. So P3 to P6 is the point 11 in the previous table. So we are going to take that is our calculation part, point 11, and that is the height at which they are joined into one cluster in the dendrogram. So as another example here, the distance between the cluster 3, 6 and 2, 5. So if we are going to calculate distance between the cluster, so that is the P, we have taken distance between the cluster, minimum distance of that 3, 6 and 2, 5. So that is the point indicates that P3, P4 or P4, P3. So that we are going to take in the previous diagram. So this how we are going to calculate the distance calculation, very simple. So distance of the point 36 and 25. So minimum distance of 3, 2 and distance of 6, 2, comma distance of 3, 5 and distance of 6, 5. When you take these 2 points, we have to take minimum distance of 3, 2. Similarly, 6, 2 and distance of 3, 5 and this 6, 5. So this all the answer of this we are going to write. The first one is 3, 2 and 6, 2 we are going to write. So the point 15, minimum distance of 3, 2. Apply that equivalent distance formula. So minimum distance of 6, 2 we are getting 0.25 and minimum distance of 3, 5. So we are getting 0.28. Similarly, the minimum distance of 6, 5, we are getting 0.39. So out of that, when we take this entire 2 point, so the minimum of among all these values, the minimum is 0.15. The minimum is 0.1. So this is the we have taken in a specific technique, one of the calculation by single, or we can call it as a single link or minimum. So next we are talking about complete link or max, or we can also call it also we are going to call it as a click. Okay. So for the complete link, so our max, the version of hierarchical clustering, the proximity of the two cluster is defined as the maximum of the distance, minimum of the similarity. So between any 2 point in the two different clusters. So using the graph terminology. So if you start with one of all the singleton clusters and add all the links terminology here. So if you what we get, so the first link, the shortest link first, then group of the point is not a cluster until the point into are completely linked. So the thing is conclusions were out to collect, so connect all the complete link compulsory. So which will form a click. So the click shape, that is the complete link is less susceptible to noise and outliers because of connecting all the maximum point. But it can break large clusters and it favors a globular shape. Okay. So in the next slide, we have a diagrammatical representation. For example, complete. So in the next diagram, we are going to show that complete link of clustering, complete link of dendrogram also. Uh, So this is the figure 8.17, which shows the result of applying max to the sample data set of, again we have taken to the point number, so do not confuse this dark circle. So point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there are 6 points we have taken. So as with the single link, the point 3 and 6 here, 3, 6, we have merged first. So as the point we have taken 3 and 6, we have merged first, and however 3, 6 is merged with, and the point these three, this smaller elliptical shape will also merge with another cluster point of 4. So instead of 2, 5, so we have not completely taken here because this is nearby this. Okay, and or here the one also there. This is also we have taken 5, 2, we have merged with 1. Then finally it becomes one circle. So this is the usually this kind of this, because complete length will be taken 3, 6 will be merged here. So this we are going to merge with 4. Okay. So next 2, 5, 2 comma 2 and 5 we merged with 1. So then both will be connected to 1. So the dendrogram link will be saying that how exactly we have merged the two near point. So here calculated with first we have taken 3 comma 6 in the previous diagram, we have merged with this one, so the reason. So distance of 3, 6 and 4. So here we are going to find here maximum distance. So when we take these two, so 3, 4 and 6, 4 will be taken point. So maximum of 3, 4 distance answer we are getting 0.15 Euclidean distance, and this is the Euclidean distance of 0.22. So that here the maximum of this point whatever we have taken, the point is 22. Okay. Next, distance of 3 comma 6 and 2 5. So we need to take next 3 6 and 2 5. So this will be the maximum distance of 3 2, 6 2 and 3 5 and 6 5. So take we need to calculate separately for this point. For the further Euclidean distance calculation, you will get max of 1.5 of this answer, because already we need to have we have an answer about this, and 6 is the 0.25. Similarly, 3.5 is the 0.28, and 6 pi is the 0.39. So that maximum of these 3, 6 and 2 pi, the answer is 0.39. So next is the distance of 3, 6 and 1. So this is the maximum of distance of 3, 1, distance of 6, 1. So the 3, 1 Euclidean distance is 0.22 and distance of 6, 1 is a 0.23. So here the maximum distance of this the 3, 6, 1 is so 0.23. So this is about a complete link, or we can call it as a max or a click. So now we are going to see that the next slide, group average. So now come to the group average. So for the group average here, what we are going to discuss. So hierarchical clustering, the proximity of the two clusters is which are defined always the pairwise proximity among all pair of point in the different clusters. So the pairwise point we have to be taken here. So in this diagram, what we are going to see that the pair of point we have taken here, same thing what we have taken complete link also almost 3, 6 we have taken and combined to the 4, and 2 pi we have taken and combined to the number 1. So here dendrogram 3, 6 will combine to the 4 and 2 pi we have to, but the thing is in the group average diagram, so 3, 2 pi we have combined and are combined with the, so past what is that one, number 4. So this is the number 4 and this is the number 1. So finally we need to connect these all to the number we have to taken. So 3, 4, 3, 6 will be combined to 4, 3, 6, 4 we have to calculate, and 2, 5. So which we are going to calculate to the 3, 6 and 6, 4 calculation, and this all will be calculated to 1. So this group array is a cluster proximity. So we are going to call C of I and C of J, the clusters I and J, which are size of M, I and Mj with respectively. We should have the equation here. So generally, this equation is called as uh, proximity of C of I, comma C of J. We are calling it as the simple equation. The clusters Ci and Cj, which are the size of Mi and Mj respectively, which are expressed in the following equation. Proximity of Ci and Cj equal to summation of x belong to Ci, proximity of xy, and M of Mi into Mj. So here the example also we have taken. The figures based upon this figure we have taken. So that mainly we have to calculate 3, 6, 4 and 1 first. So distance between, first we need to calculate group average which are applying. The average approach to the sample data set of, there are 6 points. We are going to just calculate the data set of 6 points to illustrate how group average works. So we calculate the distance between the sum clusters. So 3, 6, 4 and 1. So this equal to 0.22 plus 0.37 plus 0.23. So divided by 3 into 1. So this simply we need to the point values of 3, 6 we have to calculate, and 3 into 1 1. So divided by this. So we are getting the distance between all these points is 0.28. So this is the group we have taken average of this one, because average is 3 point we have taken. So that certainly we need to divide by 3 into 1. Similarly, this is 2 and 1 separate point. So point of average here, the 0.253 plus this average we have taken divided 2.10 into 1 point. So that group average becomes 0.2889. Similarly, next point is 3. So obviously the distance of the point here 3, 6, 4. So 3, 6, 4 and 2 and 5. So these values will be we have taken. So 3, 6, 4. So 0.15 plus 0.28, plus 0.25, similarly plus 0.39, plus 0.20, plus 0.29. So divided by the total here, 6 into 2. So that is 6 into 2, that is 12 point total that values we have taken. That is answer is the 0.26. So here, because the distance is 3 comma 6 comma 4 and comma 2 comma 5 is smaller than the distance of 3 comma 6 comma 4 and 1, and the distance 2 comma 5 comma the clusters of 3 comma 6 comma 4 and 2 comma 5 are merged in the fourth stage. So that's why we have calculated. So this is the what we are calling it as the group average clustering of about all the 6 points. So the proximity formula is going to calculate, because average, so we have to make the x comma y point to m1 into mj is the what point we have taken m1 into mi into, so whatever the mi into mj will be calculated. So this is the about complete the agglomerative hierarchical clustering. So the start with the point as individual clusters. So at each step, finally merge the closest of pair. So this requires defining a particular notion of a cluster proximity. So that we are calling. So basic point is defining the proximity between the cluster is one is single link, minimum, complete link, match or click. So another one is the group average. So this is the complete algorithms of the basic agglomerative hierarchical clustering algorithm.